drop any resistance to the current moment. The mind wants to resist the current moment. It wants to invite a positive sensation or avoid a negative sensation. It wants a self-image that is likely to bring positive sensations. And it may create a negative self-image to get you, to shock you into, or threaten you into doing behaviors that it believes will lead to positive sensations. And if we're living in a fear-based life, and if we feel the need to live that way, then that's how we're going to live, chasing after positive sensations and running from negative sensations. This is not very different than addiction to drugs and alcohol. We don't want to feel something, so we hide from it. And same thing with working too hard. And often it's the cause of relationships breaking up. When it's tough, when we don't like how it feels, we want to end it. And that's okay. But I'm suggesting there's something beyond all that. To be in this moment, to be fully present in this moment, not trying to get to another moment. And how do we do that? We do that by accepting whatever sensations are arising in the body. Also, another great key to see if there's resistance is time. If you want time to move faster or slower than it's moving, then clearly you are not satisfied with the current moment as it is, right? You want something to be different than the way it is. And so, for example, I'm driving on the road right now, and since I'm talking to you, I'm not going the speed that the man behind me or the woman behind me wanted to go. But I wasn't looking in my rear view mirror. And I think in life, we're often looking in our rear view mirror. We're looking at how do we see ourselves and how are others seeing us. And this leads to suffering. Yes, we do need to have a sense of what people are feeling and not want them to be sad or think less of us perhaps. But we can do that not from a place of fear. If we do it from a place of fear, then we're all about the image and proving ourselves and insecurity. But if we do it from a place of compassion, this person may need to get somewhere, and I'm slowing them down. Then we move out of the way, and there's not a lot of baggage for us. It could be for them. That's their situation. That's their issue. But so often, on the highway, we get upset when someone is tailgating us. We don't need to get upset. They just need to be somewhere, and we're in their way. So we get out of their way. And this happens on the playground, and in the boardroom, and in the classroom. Someone, usually a superior, someone who has a say over what we do, or we're paid, or what we're graded, they may not think about us the way we want to be thought of. And we may even agree with their negative opinion. And so all this leads to a lot of mental static, which gets in the way of being present and enhances our resistance to life and gets us stuck in chasing after positive sensations and fearing negative sensations. So the linchpin in all of this, I'm suggesting, is to be okay with the sensations arising in this moment. Once you're okay with the sensations arising in the moment, then you're not going to need to chase another moment, another self-identity, and you're going to be compassionate toward others, not out of a fear of what they're going to think of you, not out of insecurity or needing to be praised or approved of, or seen as smart or clever or popular or whatever. Instead, you're going to be compassionate and connected to other people because you're present there with them. You're able to attune to what they are feeling, and you have a simpatico, a connection with how they're feeling. You're sensing, because you have no resistance to the moment, you're sensing their resistance to the moment. And by making their resistance, their sensations okay, they no longer need, in theory, if they're attuned to you at some point, at some level, they may feel they no longer need to resist the moment because you're not resisting the moment and you're not resisting their resistance of the moment. You're at peace with them, even if they are not at peace with themselves. And you can look at anxiety and stress and needing to prove yourself. All of it is, put very simply, a fear of a particular sensation or a desire for a particular sensation, often both at the same time. And so if you make peace with any sensation you have in your body, if you picture a fearful outcome, like someone criticizing you, or you ruminate on some past mistake you happened or hardship that occurred, And you're okay with that sensation. You're like, okay, that's a sensation I'm feeling. What's the character of this sensation? And if you do that as a guided meditation, maybe before every night, you can begin to, I submit to you, no longer need to escape or prove yourself. So you're not going to need to prove yourself at work or escape in drugs and alcohol or sex, because the current situation, how you feel right now or how you feel tomorrow, won't be a problem. You'll be okay with how you feel. You can't change the past, but you can change how you feel about the sensation that the past invokes. You can't predict or even control the future, but you can make it okay, the feeling of fear, insecurity, vulnerability. If you make that okay, then you don't need to be bolstered up or proved to be correct or strong or good, or hide from the weakness or need the control. People think addiction is about being out of control. I believe it is actually a desire to have greater control and not feeling what you're feeling. And so the way we're treating it and the way we're acting toward it and the way we're feeling about it, I think in some ways is upside down. That's just my feeling. You can agree or disagree. However you feel about it, feel it.